Basically, the counter shot there by Starocci. He finds himself in a good position into a double leg. He scoops the leg. He's got him down. Starocci driving to the national championship to Carter Starocci. And 3 for 3 for the Nittany Lions. What a well-timed shot that was.
At the Lorenzo Wrestling Complex, photos of each Penn State national champion are hung. Carter Starocci's picture is one of the newest. Starocci finished second in the 2021 Big Ten tournament, losing 7-2 to Michael Kemmerer of Iowa. But when the NCAA tournament came around, Starocci got his rematch with Kemmerer in the finals. Learning from his last match, Starocci won 3-1 in sudden victory to claim his first NCAA championship as a redshirt freshman.
It's everything. I mean, I take that in everything I do. When I'm on the mat, I'm trying to be the best wrestler. When I'm off the mat, I'm trying to be the smartest athlete. I'm trying to be the best person. I'm trying to be the best son. I'm trying to be the best version of myself so I can help others.
Starocci grew up in Erie, Pennsylvania, about 4 hours northwest of Penn State. Family played a large role in his decision to take up wrestling. It was a Starocci tradition. His brother, grandfather, and cousins were all wrestlers. Despite being the youngest, his older siblings Chris and Cece, Starocci himself became a sponge and absorbed what he was taught and experienced.
Even though I was the youngest, I was still like super competitive. We used to play basketball and we'd be at the park until like 3 in the morning and we missed dinner almost every single night because like he'd win all the games and I'm like, no dude, like we're not leaving. Let's go again. Like it's best of 3. No, it's best of 5.
Starocci was brought into wrestling at 3 years old. He credits his cousin Anthony for being the one to get him into training for wrestling. As long as he could remember, he always envisioned winning an NCAA championship.
I don't believe in the term self-made just because like I look back at all the people that helped me to get where I'm at with like my cousins, my dad, my brother, my mom, and my grandfather.
During his freshman year of high school at Cathedral Prep, competing against kids who were 4 years older than him, he took 8th at states. Starocci would take a few months to reflect on the season and come back with a different mentality. No one would beat Carter Starocci.
That was like a whole new world. Like I was like reborn again because after that, I mean, like I went in like a dark like tunnel for like 3 months. I hadn't talked to nobody. I was just like 8th place. Are you serious? And like I knew it better than all those guys. And then that's when like I fell in love. Like that's when I fell in love with it. Like I was watching videos till like 2 in the morning. I was breaking down film. I was breaking down myself. I was reading books. I was doing everything. I'm like, that's never gonna happen again.
Starocci won 2 high school state championships in the Pennsylvania Class 3A division at the 160-pound to 182-pound weight class, with a combined record of 96-0 during his junior and senior year. His overall high school record was 172-10 for the Ramblers. Leadership also played a major role for Starocci, being named a 4-year team captain. Today, Starocci wants to help younger wrestlers and be a mentor, teaching them skills but also having the mindset of a champion.
I'm gonna be the best full version of myself and even more, so I can help the next generation of kids and be that life for other people. And God's everything. Like I try and do everything with God, and I try and do my wrestling through God. So like when people see me winning, maybe I start like it's praying more, like talking to God, and let them know that if they want it, it's on you and you go get it.
Starocci prides himself on religion and thanks God for all his accomplishments. It is something that is consistent for Starocci, and the more he lives his life with this philosophy, the more he feels in tune with himself. At the beginning of his college search and recruitment process, Starocci was not sure where he would go. His first loves were playing soccer and football.
My first dreams when I was a kid was like probably being like an NFL star or like a soccer star and scoring those goals and having the crowd go crazy and all my celebrations. Like I would kind of like see that, but I'm kind of doing that now with my wrestling game. As I matured and experienced life more, I love wrestling the most. Like there's nothing like a combat sport.
Winner by fall on mat number 2 from Penn State, Carter Starocci.
Starocci's father told him to make his college decision for wrestling, how he could be the best. Then it became easy. Penn State was his choice.
I couldn't have chose a better place than Penn State, you know, with like the people here. Our coaches are like super dedicated, our staff, they like take time from their family to come help us out. It's a real family bond. And they're kind of that positive voice in your ear, and they lead by example too. Like when we're on these trips, they're doing the right things, and they're just genuine people. I feel like they really care about us.
Starocci is majoring in park and tourism management. Since arriving at Penn State, he has made use of the alumni network and making connections with people in the business school and alumni. Starocci has also explored other hobbies and found himself taking up lessons in dancing.
See, when I first started, like, I wasn't very good, and I was getting irritated too, because I wasn't good at first. But it's ballet, jazz, tap dance, hip hop. I learned pretty quick, and like I go up to the teacher, I'm like, hey, I was like, don't give me like some like easy road because like I'm new or something like that. I'm like, I'll learn, just like it may take a little bit of time, but like I'll get the hang of it.
His competitiveness and drive once again carried over into Starocci's new hobby. Now anytime a song comes on, Starocci is not afraid to break out a move. Starocci is also a big fan of Bruce Lee. He's read several books about Lee and believes in his philosophy about learning through your own experiences and becoming your own teacher.
I'm really into Bruce Lee, his philosophy, like be water, and like he kind of like, he doesn't believe in styles, you know, and like even when I was a kid, I'm like, nah, like that don't sound right to me. Like you have to like be your own person and kind of be creative with it and take it to new levels that haven't been here before. When I come in the practice room, I find peace, and like that's where my heart's at.
The Nittany Lions are off to a strong start this season, and Starocci attributes that to his team's strong bond.
We're a tight-knit group. We all have the same goals in mind, and we all want to win. When we're in this room, it's no one slacking off. Everyone's working hard, so that kind of brings us closer together because we're all going to war together.
Starocci has big goals, but whatever is earned will be through his hard work and dedication. For GoPSUSports.com, this is Matt Noah.